What's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC and another edition of TNFNU Thoughts and Feelings and Updates. So, a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I had a very interesting conversation with somebody, and it was mostly regarding to EDC fixed blades. And basically, it started, we were just going back and forth, and they asked my opinion on a particular fixed blade, one of which I'm going to share with you guys. And then they had their thoughts and opinions on that fixed blade. And it's not that it differed from mine, but one thing that I know that I have learned over these couple years of starting this channel and making my own knives is how different everybody's opinion is on what EDC means to them. And EDC is everyday carry, and everybody has their own little pack or their own go-to combination of things that they like to have, or they like to stick within a certain size parameter of what they like to carry. And it's very personal, and they are very passionate about what they think is their opinion of EDC. My opinion might be different. Their opinion might be something different. They break down how they use a knife and everything else, where I don't really break down how I use a knife. If I can complete the task for which I can do, then I'm pretty easy. My knives fit into a certain category for which I like to carry. A slim, sleek, small EDC blade that disappears on the belt or in the pocket like you don't even have it, but it's there and it's easy to use when you need it. It's not meant for hard use. It's not meant for destination stuff like hunting, camping, fishing, those types of things, although it can be used like that. They are tools that are supposed to be used, and definitely not something that I take into consideration for self-defense. I don't think about that at all with any of my knife designs, even some that might lean a little bit more towards that. But I don't think of that. They are tools that are cutting tools that are needed for when you need something to cut. And they are easily accessible and there for when you are ready to use it. But that's my definition of what EDC is to me. So something like a Bloom is a great EDC fixed blade, in my opinion. I can pinch grip it. I can get up here on the tip and do detailed cuts. If I need to really get into it, I can grab it, and there's plenty enough grip there for me to do it. And this is the Kubi Bloom, but mine's over there, and it's basically the same. It's just that's a great size. I can wear this on the belt, and it completely disappears. Or something that's not mine, something like the TRM Tagalong, which is an awesome little EDC fixed blade. It's there, it's easy to carry. I carry this Scout Carry on my belt with the leather sheath, and it's perfectly fine. If I wanted to put the Ulti clip on here and throw this in my pocket, I could do that, and it would be perfectly fine. It's easy in and out of the sheath, and it works fantastic. I also just recently on the channel had a fixed blade in, and I have so much stuff here on the table I can't even find it. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. I had this, the Kaiser Plasmids, the nice Johann Jordan designed. That thing is awesome, and for me, this fits into my little, checks all of my boxes for what I'm looking for in a small, slim, compact EDC fixed blade. Even though it still has the pancake sheath, it still fits in there. That is such a slim, sleek sheath that almost, is the same size as the Bloom sheath overall, actually, if you look at it. So it's a nice, slim, sleek carry, and I really enjoyed this. I carried it the other day. Now, let's talk carry method, because that gets into a whole nother ball game where you have the Tech Lock, which comes with a lot of our Chinese-made knives. It comes with the Bloom. I don't prefer the Tech Lock, but some people actually do like the Tech Lock, and they like it because they can strap it on the pack, or they can do that, which I 100% can see using this, strapping it onto a backpack or onto your pack for the day. and having an exterior carry, but not on your person. That I see. But to carry that on your person seems a little weird, especially when that that lock takes up almost the same amount of space as the knife does, or the blade. So that really doesn't make sense to me personally, but there are people that like that. So that's just a perfect example of that. So, but then some people like ulti-clips. Some people would rather pocket drop it. Some people like to belt carry it. Some people carry vertical. Some people carry scout carry. Some people carry scout on the front. Some people carry scout on the back. It's endless, and nobody's wrong and nobody's really right. As long as you carry it the way that you intend to, then you're good. And for me as a maker, I just want to make knives that can fit everybody's little parameter, and you can switch and change things as you wish. And then we get into something like this. This is the Kaiser Quartz that I just had on the channel recently, a really cool fixed blade. And when I took a look at this thing, I finally realized that, this thing is big, and my first impression is I would never EDC carry something this large, because of the entire package. If I was to carry that on my belt, on my front, that would take up a lot of space for me. But this is almost the exact same length as a Kubi Dust Devil. But the Dust Devil is a slim, sleeker package overall than the Quartz. Let me try to hold it up so you could see. In overall length, the Quartz is just a little bit longer than the Dust Devil, but the only thing that saves this from being a really great EDC fixed blade is that slim design. And KC with Tempest Knives knocked it out of the park, and so did Kubi putting that together. But then again, you can't look at a full size, overall size or blade size and put that into a box, because then you have something like this, which, because of the height of the blade and the thickness of the handle and everything else, this would make a great camp knife or hunting knife or something like that, again, in my opinion. But you might look at that knife and be like, I would EDC that every day. That's completely up to you and completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's a little bit big and bulky, especially with the tech lock, but that's just my opinion. Again, we all have an opinion, and nobody's right, nobody's wrong, but everybody has their own way of doing things, including something like this. That's right. I got the Jack Wolf collusion in, and how about that? That is a really nice fixed blade. It's about the same size as my micro, which more to come on that, but not on this video. But it comes with this sheath. And I am sorry, I'm not a fan of this method of carrying my fixed blades. I wish there was another option. But that's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I tried to put this in my pocket the other day and do a pocket carry with this. And I struggled with getting it in and out of the sheath, getting it in and out of my pocket, and I wasn't comfortable in doing it. That's nothing wrong with the knife. It's just your preferred method of carry really comes into play when it comes to a fixed blade. Instead of like a folder, with a folder, it has a pocket clip. You take it, you throw it in your pocket, and you pull it out. I think when it comes to a folder, people get a little hung up on the pocket clip, but it's mostly about the blade and the deployment method over everything else. But when it comes to a folder, you're throwing it in your pocket. And then that opens up another can of worms of what size would you rather EDC on a folder? Do you like a nice big blade? And this is one of the largest ones I have on the table, and only because of the overall package, where you have a Demko 80-20.5 with the Applied Weapons Technology aluminum scales, which looks, or do you, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Do you want something smaller, like this, the Concourse by Flytanium, which is a little bit smaller of a design, or maybe something like this, the NAS Lander 4. You want something really small. That's a really small knife, and maybe this this would be all you really need on a daily basis. But then there's people who need something much bigger on a daily basis to be able to have a work knife. Man, that thing got dusty. But I was using that to cut carpet the other day. So there it is, the Warhog doing some awesome work. So it's funny to open up that can of worms and to talk to people about EDC because we all have very different means of carry, very different ideas of what EDC means to us. As long as we all can agree, if you're carrying, you're in a good spot. For me, I like the small stuff. I like something like that. 3 fingers, that's fine. As long as it has a lanyard on it, I'm good. Or if it has a nice, slim, sleek handle like this, it's about 3.5, and I would be perfectly fine carrying this without any lanyard on it whatsoever. So, you know, or you get something like this. And you have that to carry, and it makes a great EDC fixed blade. A nice, slim, sleek design that disappears, you forget you have it. That's what I'm looking for in an EDC fixed blade. And that's why I make, and I'm comfortable making the designs that I do. So it was an interesting conversation, and I think you guys would appreciate that. Also, something that came up today, an interview with somebody who brought up myself as an inspiration to them. And it's very flattering when people say those things as I'm an inspiration. I really started this channel, especially with the making side of things, trying to share what I do because I wanted to inspire some people to feel what I feel when I finish a product. When I finish a product and I have it sitting in my hand and you create something from raw steel and raw materials and you shape it and cut it and put it together, and then at the end of the day you have a usable tool that you can use and people appreciate, there's no better feeling than that. So I wanted to inspire people to get out, try to do something, make something. It doesn't have to be knives. It could be paracord stuff. It could be just wood stuff. It could be drawings. It could be yarn. It could be, I don't know, any of those things. Just create with your hands. When you can create something with what God gave you or whatever God you believe in, it's awesome. And there's no better feeling than that. And I think people miss the opportunity to do something. You make some handmade stuff like this, come on, that is awesome. So why pass up the opportunity to put your mark on this earth, something that you made that's going to last a lifetime, somebody's lifetime, or maybe even beyond? So that was awesome, and I thank that person very much for saying kind words. It was a very cool thing. I posted this week on Instagram the meetup. December 6th from 2 o'clock p.m. till about 6 o'clock p.m. I'm doing the Central Florida Knife and EDC meetup. We're doing it in Winter Garden, Florida, downtown Winter Garden at the American Legion building. And we're going to be doing it just as a social event. It is just a social event. We're not going to have tables. We're not going to have a buying sell. It's not a knife show. It is a social gathering of like-minded people to come together, talk knives, talk EDC, give our thoughts and feelings, show off maybe some really cool stuff that we have, and just have a great evening. That's all that I would need it to be. I'm not doing giveaways. I'm not doing any of these things. I'm trying to come up with maybe water or some snacks or something that we could have. But other than that, I'm really going to keep it simple. That KISS, keep it simple, stupid method works really well. And I just want to have fun. I don't want it to be too much work where I'm doing raffles and I'm doing all these things and I actually have to work during this event because I want to hang out and talk with you guys too. And I want to meet everybody and meet people in person and see what they have and meet other makers because we got some really fun people coming. Some friends of mine and some friends of theirs who are going to come, and it's going to be a really cool event. So again, December 6th, 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m., downtown Winter Garden, which is the west side of Orlando, at the American Legion building. Check out my post on Instagram. I put all the information on there. and you can always email me with more questions if you haven't. So really looking forward to that. Updates. That brings us to updates, guys. Holy cow. As of today, I'm filming this. Today is November 6th. All of the stainless, all 8 blades, all the Nitro V, the LMAX Spike, all the AEB-L has been sent out for heat treat. Holy cow. I also finished all the flooring projects that Miss Aries and I have been working on. So I was able to finish those projects. And this week I was able to get out in the shop, get all the AEB-L out, and everything has been shipped off, and Peters is already working on the first batch of 4 knives that they got. And I am super excited. And then today, I was already, well, yesterday and today, I've already started on the ADC RV2 blades. I'm prototyping 2 new designs. We have the Cardinal clip, which is a fun take on my Cardinal model that I have, but except this one, instead of it being a drop point, has this little clip point on it. So the Cardinal clip is cool. And the one that everybody is really kind of excited about is the Max. So this is the Max. It is an 8-inch overall blade. I have not even measured the blade length. So what is the blade length on this? The blade length is right around 4 inches. So it's, let's see. Yeah, we're at 4 inches on the handle, about 4.5 on the hand. So it's about 8 inches overall, 4-inch blade, 4-inch handle. And yeah, I'm kind of liking this one. This is the ADC RV2 version, and I've already heat treated and tempered the Pops Pro Cut version of it. So it's already been heat treated and tempered, and we had a little whoopsie up here, but I made it work. Video coming out very soon on all of that. So you gotta watch, but this one has been heat treated and tempered and is looking pretty good. I also have 3 other blades that I am working on. We have 2 mini gargoyles, which have been cleaned up and are ready for heat treat, as well as a naked column has also been cleaned up, and these are all ready for heat treat. So I have these 4 ADC RV2 blades ready to be heat treated and tempered. And while those have been heat treating and tempered, I'm hoping I can work on that. So I have a ton of projects to go, and everything looks like it's falling into place for me, maybe, possibly, to get to 100 completed blades this year, and possibly almost 100 sold blades this year. That's the biggest thing. Like, you can make them, but can you sell them? And I've kept 3 or 4 of the blades because I kept the first Hawk, I kept the first Thistle, I kept the Micro. Those are the 3 that I kept this year, I believe. I don't think I've kept any more of my knives that I made, but those are the 3 that I kept, and everything else went to you guys. And some of you sent me some really cool pictures of your collection, your AriesEDC collection. Some of you guys have a problem in the best possible way, but it's very, very impressive. So really love seeing that. It's crazy to see that many of my knives sitting in one area in one person's collection, but man, pretty stinking cool. So that is what I have for projects coming up. So very, very soon we're going to be seeing some stuff, and all of the handle material is going to be over here for the 2 Maxes. I'm going to be kind of making them matchy. And you guys have seen all of the blades that I have. We got the Jack Wolf, we got a couple Kaiser fixed blades, and I'm going to be doing the reviews on all of those. I also have every Wixco model there is here. We have the Vortex. We have the Drax. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. We have a Drax. We have, this one is my favorite, and I carried this in my pocket today, the Axor. So we got the Axor. And we have the Pexton. Then we have a Pexton. Very clean looking design. We have the Ragnar. Boom, the largest one that they do, the Ragnar. Check that thing out. Very cool. And then finally, we have the Skort. Yeah, I have every single Wixco model here on the channel right now, and I am going to be doing reviews on all of these coming out. I have so much content coming out, guys. I'm really excited. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to be doing some really cool stuff. Oh, yeah, by the way, also in the channel is Woobin. Woobin's coming through. They sent me some stuff. This is the Woobin X4. So this is the Woobin X4, and I got a headlamp. Check this out. This is the H4 and the X4. These two were sent in for me to do giveaways for. So I am trying to get to 4,000 subs, and when I do, this is going to be part of one of the giveaways. And I'm probably going to be doing this as a giveaway also. But what's really cool is November 20th, starting November 20th, Woobin on their website is having a big Black Friday sale. And these are going to be going on sale, 20% off on these flashlights. And this thing I have done a review for. I have the gray one right here that they sent me, and I have been using the heck out of it. But they sent me the white one so I could give this away. But we got to get the subs count up. We got to get to 4,000 before this can be given away. But man, this thing is stinking cool. And I really appreciate Woobin for sending this along. I'm going to be getting some content out. There is a link in the description of this video to Woobin, and you can use my link to do that. So a lot of really cool stuff coming at you guys. And I really appreciate all of you for hanging in there and going on this ride with me. It has been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. Oh, by the way, how do you guys like the outro? I think it's pretty cool. So thanks again. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment or not. That choice is always